Monday. It's nighttime. We're at the skate gym recording. This is John Miller from the Wood Podcast. This is season 3, episode 3 of season 3. And I got a couple of the locals here at the skate gym. And I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. Both rippers here, by the way. And that's what this show is all about. Just like showcasing the local rippers. So go ahead.
Well, I'll let you introduce.
Oh, yeah. My name is Gus Ward of Squash Skateboards.
Yes, I'm Gabe, Squash 2.
He's a squash brother himself. We be squashing in the streets and in your home.
Yeah, I don't know about the home, but we're just a few friends, really. I mean, we just started it just because, we wanted to make videos together. It was nothing too serious, and that's again what skateboarding is all about, is just having fun. So we have about 7 members. We're all very close friends. We hang out, we skate. That's the main premise of it. We never were going too serious. We really just have fun.
Right on, man. I didn't even have to introduce you guys. It just kind of just happened. Normally I'm like, say your name, where you're from, how long you've been skating and stuff like that. Anyway, so now that we know who you are, give me a little bit of like introduction about the Leander skate scene and how long you guys been skating and what got you into skating, and we'll start from there.
I've been skating about 3, maybe a little more years. And I was just going to Benbrook. First people I met was like Pablo and Curry up at the park, always hyping me up, being cool people. I don't know, a lot of chill people around.
Yeah,
kept me coming back to the parks.
Yeah, same thing here. I've only been skating for 3 or 4 years, and it's been on and off. But I started around a lot of time. A lot of people did is COVID time, whenever there was really nothing to do. And, I was just bored. I was in high school and nothing much to do. Just went out, skate every day. Same thing. I started going to Benbrook, same thing. I met Pablo, Curry. There was a bunch of locals at the time. And it was just a nice environment to go out because no one was out there doing crazy stuff. It was really just a great place to learn, and the park's very mild. So, I started to love skating through that. And, it didn't take me too long to, meet Gus and, Tyler and Jackson. That really kicked off squash and everything. And, once we started hanging, we were pretty much inseparable, just hanging every other day. So, yeah, I just like to have fun skating, honestly. I'm glad I learned, and I'm glad I started skating, honestly, because, you got a lot of free time. Sometimes you don't know what to do. It's great to have a hobby. It's just chill and do something.
Yeah, skating definitely helped me like build confidence too and stuff like that. I feel like I was, I don't know, pretty down when I started, and it helped me do something. And I started like fitting into more groups and doing more stuff, getting out of my house more, stop sitting on my ass. So that was definitely a big aspect to it, a big life changer.
Yeah, so like tell me a little bit more about like the Leander skate scene, some of the spots, and just the vibe around here.
The spots aren't too crazy. I think that just goes to kind of sum up like the Leander skate scene. Like a lot of it's just having fun. Like you might go to like a forest area here and there, you might pull up to the skate gym, but there's nothing crazy. If you do want some nice spots, I guess you kind of go to downtown. We don't really have anything up here. But there is some great people to skate with, to sesh with though. We're definitely lacking on the spot side. Maybe in a few years we'll see something out here, but there's not really much spots out here.
There's a few. Dude, anything you want to skate, you got to make it
ditches?
skatable.
There's ditches for sure.
There's ditches.
Yeah.
There's like a few ledges. Anywhere nice you get kicked out of, I feel like. Anywhere that's actually worth skating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay. So like about the vibe then. So
hey,
you
right
said,
around this very corner.
Yeah, the three stair.
That 3-stair. When I first started out, some guy came out, walked out, like put his hands on his hip, and I was like, I don't see a sign anywhere that says skate park. Why the hell are y'all skating here? And we're like, all right, bro, we get it, we'll leave it. And he was going on this big speech, just yelling at us.
Was he the church guy? Or,
I think so. I don't know.
Okay.
It was pretty funny though.
So that kind of touches into like the vibe of Leander. Do you think people are pretty supportive of skaters around here, or is it like that?
I feel like just because we're looking for spots, we end up skating people's businesses and where they don't want us to. So then kick us out. Most people are fine with it. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as long as, again, like you are, whenever you're skating in front of a business, I mean, you might not see it as a big deal, but to other people, you know, you really are at chance of hitting cars, customers, stuff like that. People who own the business don't really want to or care about. So, I mean, I have had a similar story to what he was talking about. Someone, you know, I was skating in front of somewhere and someone came out and they weren't very pleased with me. But like at the end of the day, like as long as you're not out there like to actually cause trouble, like it's not a big deal. But I think people aren't really very supportive, but they're not, it's something new. I mean, you don't really see very many skaters out here as if you would Austin or if you lived in LA or something. So, I mean, I'm not saying people aren't supportive, but I'm saying they would prefer if you keep it away from their business for sure.
Yeah, and man, I feel like even recently, I feel like they've been cracking down a little bit, especially like Benbrook. Benbrook, the lights used to always be on 24/7. Like I feel like they never turned off.
Because that's a skate park.
You
It's
go to
made for
Benbrook,
skating.
go to
but-
Benbrook at 3 in the morning and such. That was the best. And then now you stay there past 10, and they like police pull up within like 5 minutes, and they're like, "Y'all gotta get out of here." Like every time I saw. Man, Ricky Glazer came out here skating at Benbrook past 10 o'clock. Cops kicked him out.
Really?
Like 5 minutes
Wow.
after 10.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus, dude.
If you don't know who Ricky Glazer is, he's a YouTube pro, and he actually showed up here like about 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know who he was either. But I'm
Leander
old,
Fuzz
so,
got
yeah. Okay, so you know we kind of got the Leander, Texas vibe down, I guess. But there's like a solid crew of skateboarders out here, and everybody is like there's like local Leander board companies like Day One, and
Yeah.
there's Violent Grip Tape, and then you guys have Squash Skateboards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, have you ever made any skateboards, or is this kind of a brand that you've been kind of pumping up and just kind of just having fun with?
We haven't made anything really yet. I made a couple shirts. I made this shirt. This is pre-squash times. This is a
It's cool, you know. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people look at it and like be stoked.
It's definitely, it's
Yeah.
really great art,
Yeah.
honestly.
yeah. I was thinking about coming out with some more. It's just a lot of stuff in the way, but I'm gonna make more designs soon. I think we got to come up with something. But then we had some squash shirts that we sold. Got rid of all those, and then didn't make anything else yet. But we'll see.
I mean, the skate scene here just isn't too big yet. And, you know, Austin is definitely starting to get itself on the map. I've seen some, you know, Thrasher posts of No Comply and, you know, some other kids who are making films, which is really nice to see because, you know, before that you can go on YouTube and find, you know, a skate group from every other state and city. But, you know, for Austin, it wasn't really that way. And so it's nice to see that. And, you know, a lot of these small brands are popping up, which is great to see because, you know, Austin really, it's a pretty serious skate scene. I mean, you go to the House Park, you got some shredders there. You go to Leander, you know, Brushy. I mean, there's shredders everywhere around here. So really, you know, it just takes these brands to, you know, get us off the map or on the map. And, you know,
Yeah,
that's happening. And it's fun. It's nice to see for sure. You know, just like I said, you know, we're not really there, but it's nice to see it happening, you know, with Day One and, you know, Bone Crue is just trying to do their thing and just extend to all sports. It's nice to see for sure. You know, in squash, I mean, we weren't really trying to make a brand out of it. It really was just, we made an Instagram post, you know, our Instagram account, and we had the friends, and that's really about it is. But, you know, it's good that other brands are definitely trying to get out there because that's what we need for Austin.
yeah.
Right on, man. And like you mentioned Bone Crew too. I previously interviewed Curry and Pablo, and like they have this like huge network of just like local skaters and, you know, BMXers and even snowboarders.
Yeah.
as part of their roster on Instagram. And it's just amazing how just out of Leander, they're just able to create all that type of interaction amongst a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
So, you know, have you guys had any type of affiliation with Bone Crew at all?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. One time we said that Squash and Bone Crew are one. Me and Pablo and Curry met up at a park and we shook hands and we said that they're the same thing,
Right on.
that they're combined at least. So
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Squash and Bone Crew,
Yeah.
hey, give us credit too
Yeah.
for Bone Crew.
Right on.
It's all us. All Squash the puppet master behind it all. You gotta think about that.
Okay, so I got a more like trick oriented question. So, what is your go-to trick that's your bread and butter? And I'll start with you.
I mean, honestly, like I've never gotten too crazy at skateboarding, but for me, like once I learned nose slide, like that's a very easy and just fun trick to do. You can, I mean, once you learn to nose slide consistently, you could pop it on like a hubba, any ledge, you can do it in stalls. So I think that's definitely the go-to trick, just because it's easy, it feels good, it looks clean. I mean, you can't go wrong with a nice clean nose slide, and it's also easy to do combos out of it too. So if you're looking for tricks to learn, definitely start learning nose slides for sure. I mean, it's an easy trick.
Well, I like me a good heel flip. A heel flip or any sort of variation feels nicer.
Yeah, you did that inward heel flip earlier.
Yeah,
that looked really nice.
I messed up my ankle and my toe recently, so heel flips have been real nice to me. I can't lost my backside flips, backside heels staying in. Man, I also like good old crooked grind. That's a nice one. Front or back, they're both. It just feels wonderful. And you can. That one's a good one to do on hubbas and stuff too. Like a little harder than nose slide or something, but still a nice one. Feels good to get into.
Right on.
And once you're in it, like feels nice. It's not, you feel stable in a crook. I feel like
just lock in.
Like even like nose grind too. Like I feel like that's a little scarier because you don't got nothing holding you in place.
Okay. All right. So next question, your Mount Rushmore of 4 skaters, who would you put up there, their faces on Mount Rushmore?
I mean, I'm going to try to keep it like the least opinionated. So like definitely up there has to be Rodney Mullen. I mean, he invented most of the tricks we do today. I mean, besides that, since Rodney Mullen invented other tricks, I mean, I guess we can get kind of subjective there, because besides that, I mean, just some of my personal favorite skaters. I mean, I really like the Supreme from, early 2015 when I first started skating. I mean, that's really what just made me really want to get out there, start skating, even maybe filming something, just hanging out with my friends. Those videos are just, they give off great homie vibes, that group. But I would say the other 3, I mean, I'm probably putting like Sean Pablo up there. I mean, if you're a skater on my age, you definitely somewhat enjoy his style. And then, I mean, on Aiden Mackey, another one of my favorites. Who else?
You got one more.
Got to use it wisely.
Yeah. Choose your fighter.
Who's that one guy who does those crazy drops? I got to put him up there.
Jaws?
Yeah, I got to put Jaws up there, bro. He's done some of the craziest drops.
Hey, it's pretty good.
All right, what about you?
Man, I've been watching a lot of like Polar. Polar's pretty good, man. I like that short guy and that bearded guy. Super good on Polar.
That short guy in there.
Everyone, have you seen Polar? You know what I'm talking about. Forget their names. Man, there's some really good like Asian contest dudes right now, like Daiki and man, Yuto's so crazy. I love the Yuto parts recently. It's just, even though it's like so unimaginably good, it's just like cool watching it.
Yeah,
because like someone's out there doing it. Gotta think of one more.
Yeah. Nobody old school. I mean,
man, I mean, he already said Rodney. That was a real good. I read his book.
It can be new school. It can be a homie or whatever. It's like, this is your Mount Rushmore.
Man, I'll put Rodney up there too. Yeah, I almost met him one time.
Yeah.
I was at a signing at No Comply downtown.
Yeah.
And I was next in line. I got a picture of me standing right next to him, like waiting in line. And then he walked away. And then they were like, people were talking. They were like, yo, we think he's going to come back. I sat there for like an hour and then everyone just left. And I was like, and I had his book. I had a board I wanted him to sign. I was so prepared.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
That's a letdown. But hey, you saw him, right?
Yeah, I was standing right there. I could, maybe I smelled him or something. I don't know. It was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, man. All right. Well, do you have like any thoughts on the future of skateboarding?
I mean, I don't really have any thoughts. Like, I feel like now that we've seen a lot of tricks being invented, it's just going to be a bunch of people keep shredding and pushing the limits in contests. And then, maybe we'll see some new brands pop up here and there. But for now, I mean, everything's been kind of stagnant for a while, which is it's not something to really complain about, but it's not something to really get stoked about. So, maybe we'll see some, the next 5 years, we'll see some changes, hopefully, especially with like the brands, especially when pro skaters start getting old, we'll definitely see some new guys. So that'll be interesting to see. I'll be keeping up with that loosely, see what's going on.
Man, yeah, especially in Austin, I feel like there's a bunch of like super young dudes who like are already coming out with video parts. Like someone walk past you like this tall and you hear him talking about his insane like 10 stair trick he was hitting, releasing his new video part. I don't know. I feel like a lot of those little Austin dudes are getting so crazy.
Yeah, like Nevin and Aiden Sky
Man,
and Tegan.
I heard they've been listening. Everyone's saying we need to make skateboarding easier, bro. I heard they coming out with an update. They're gonna make it just like 10% easier. So I'm excited for that for sure.
I mean, that's how I feel when I watch you guys. So. Y'all just keep getting good. Like, where's the ceiling? You know. And I guess that's the good thing about skateboarding is there is no real ceiling because some new creative variation will be made. You know, so
Just make one,
yeah. Oh yeah. What's your favorite setup?
Like board wise?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't got my board near me, but honestly, like I've been kind of lacking. I've been kind of putting off getting a new board. So
this guy's had the same board for like over a year.
I think it's been a year. Not gonna lie, I'll get a new one eventually. I swear. But I mean, for my setup, like for boards, I don't really. As long as it has good concave, like I've tried some like blanks and this concave just isn't it, or some other brands. As long as it has good concave, I like rocking trucks a little bigger than my board, just to give that that extra. I guess that extra surface for grinds. I like 101 A wheels, Ace trucks. My trucks are always very, very, very loose. I think having loose trucks is way better than having tight trucks as long as you're not doing drops, because that turning radius is really nice and the pinch is really nice. But I mean, all subjective. But that's how my setup usually is. So
my setup, I've been rocking the ceramic bearings forever. They last a million years. I got them so long ago. And then I always be riding some Spitfires, like some 99s or something a little softer than 101. I like Alzheimer's. That's my favorite deck brand. I like their graphics, like how they feel, like what they about. It's pretty sweet. Polar's pretty good too. That's another one I was skating. He put me on Ace trucks. I've been skating them since. And I was riding tight, and loose, and then really tight. And then you took my board and loosened them, and I just left them like that ever since. He was like, "You're skating way too tight. You gotta loosen these."
Loose trucks save lives,
and I kept it like that since, like medium loose. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pepper grip.
Okay.
Pepper grip.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right. So, any last shout outs?
Yo, shout out Tyler, bro. We missed you. Squash ain't the same.
Shout out Tyler, bro. This shit ain't the same.
Yeah.
Man. Shout out Pablo Curry again, Bone Crue. They're out here making it work every day.
For sure.
Keeping Leander together. They're the big old string holding it together.
That's all I got, bro. Shout out my mom. I love my mom.
Oh, I love my mom too.
Okay.
Hey, shout out Skate Jacks. He's the GOAT.
Thank you guys. This has been another episode
of course, yo. Always love coming here, yo.
The Wood Podcast. And this was a good one. I like it. And the Wood Podcast is brought to you by the Skate Gym. It's brought to you by the Bone Crue.
Yes, sir.
And Squash Skateboards.
Yep.
Later.
Move away. I'm finna miss
Yeah, he's fixing to move, man.
I'm gonna be out here.
All right. Later.